We are continuing with the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are going to start today verse 67. But before that, just a small recap of what we did last time. Now, in the previous verse, Sri Krishna is saying, he who has not controlled his mind and senses can have no determinate intellect nor contemplation. Without contemplation, he can have no peace. How can there be happiness for one lacking peace in mind? See, when we have to control our mind and our senses, these are the two important things which are connected to us. Now, when we started, I had given you all an idea that our body comprises of three bodies total, 1, 2 and 3, one on top of each other. What you see, touch and feel, this one, what you touch and feel, is called the gross body. Below that is the subtle body. Subtle body comprises of the mind and the intellect. Okay? We can also say breath body. Three bodies are there. Maybe three sheaths are there. And then the last one, which is called Anandamay Kosh, or the happy kind of a body. So these are three things. It's called the causal body. Causal body, the third one. So first one is the food body, or what we call is a gross body. Gross means you can touch and feel. Second one is called the subtle body, which you can't touch and feel, but you can think it is there. Like the mind, I think mind is there, right? And the third one is called the causal body. The causal body is the reason why you are in this jail of this body. This body is a jail for your spirit soul, isn't it? So it's like a jailbird. You are a jailbird in that. You cannot leave it till you die. Simple as that. Now what is he saying? You are the spirit soul. You are the spirit soul. But till you do not control the subtle body, subtle, the middle one, and the gross body, you can't reach the self. You can't reach peace in your mind. If you do not have that wherewithal to control your mind and senses, then how can you reach the intellect? Do you know, many a times in extreme anger, you don't even remember or you don't even know what you are doing. Have you seen there is people who can get very angry, very upset, and in extreme circumstances, something must have fallen on their head, or they might have met with an accident or something like that has happened. Do you think they have the ability to even think properly? They can't think properly also. That is, very clearly you understand, they have left their thinking process by itself. So their intellect is not reached. Intellect is inside of the mind, okay? Inwards. Now if they can't reach the intellect, what is going to happen to them? They are going to become, they cannot contemplate on anything. They cannot think of anything. They will have no peace of mind. A person has no peace of mind. And because he has no peace of mind, how can you get happiness? So this is the verse we had completed last time. So now today we are going to start with the next verse. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 67. As the wind carries away a boat upon the waters, even so of the senses moving among sense objects, the one to which the mind is attached takes away his discrimination. Now let us see what are these senses and what are the sense objects, and what happens when we use our senses and our sense objects. Now, what are the 5 things that are connected to the physical body, the gross body? Ears, nose, eyes, tongue, and this skin. 5 things, correct? They are connected. They are basically through which we are going to get whatever that is happening outside can be understood by us, correct? When we see through our eyes, when we hear through our ears, when we smell through our nose, when we taste through our tongue, and when we touch through our body. So we get to know the world, right? Now, when we see through our eyes, it is called vision. I have a vision. That means I can visualize something in front of me. Number one. Ear. I can hear through the organ of hearing. Nose. Smelling. Tongue. Tasting. Skin. Touching. 5 senses, 5 organs, right? Now, let us break it down slowly. If I see an object in front of me, let us say I see a pencil. I see a pencil in front of me. What does the pencil tell me? The pencil tells me it is a writing instrument. Is it telling me this? Simple. Pencil is a writing instrument. It's a drawing instrument also. I can draw with the pencil. This is incidentally a drawing pencil. Okay. If I can see another pencil, this is not a drawing pencil. This is a drawing pencil. So I hope you got it. So now, who told me this is a drawing pencil? My intellect told me it's a drawing pencil. Got it? I understood it's a pencil, number one. I understood it's a pencil. But the usefulness and where it is applied, whatever can be done with it, is actually the job of the intellect. It is storing in my brain and in my body the usefulness of this item, correct? Now, I take this pencil and if I have not used my mind correctly, the pencil is for writing. If I do like this, can you imagine, am I using it properly or not? Have you seen children? They'll keep on chewing the pencil. Sometimes when we have given some pen or pencil or something to the child, what is this that they are doing? You have to see the head of the pencil. Can you see the head of the pencil? It is all chewed up. There is a baby over here who chews it up. So, the usefulness is converted into something else. Now, this is a job of the mind. What is the job of the mind? It uses the knowledge that it is a pencil and then it can use it or misuse it. That is a job of the mind. I hope you got the answer. The mind can use and misuse both the things. So, when a person uses the mind and the senses are the eyes, I am seeing it. When he uses both this, he is using the intellect to identify the object with the memory that he has. See, if a person doesn't have memory, how will he know it's a pencil? Correct? No, he won't know. But if he knows, then he will use it for some purpose through the mind. So now did you understand how the steps are one by one? It's a very simple step. So what he says, as the wind carries away the boat upon the waters, even so the senses moving among sense objects, the one to which the mind is attached, takes away the discrimination. The very funny thing happens over here. You cannot even discriminate properly whether it is good or bad. Did you understand? I can make use or I can make a bad hash of something. Have you seen anybody who uses something very properly? No. See, think about it. There are certain things meant for certain purposes. The purpose is very clear. The purpose is very clear. What is the purpose? The purpose is, suppose the tongue is there. The purpose of the tongue is to speak sweet language. Something good. What do we do with the tongue? We talk bad about other people. Don't we do that? Why do we do that? That means you have discrimination. You have lost discrimination. The word discrimination which is used otherwise in the language is different than this discrimination. Discrimination means what? Understanding what is good. What does it mean? You have to understand what is good for us and to reject the bad. Understand the good and reject the bad. Right? So every time when this happens, your job is to understand the good and reject the bad. In spiritual world, in the world of spirituality, the word discrimination is used to God. Understand this is God and goodliness, and this is the material world people. They are all bad. Nobody is good in this world. Okay? See, understand this. We start thinking the world is good. Using this pencil in my ear. What is that? Is it good? Yeah. I get a little pleasure out of it. What? By putting your ear like this, you are doing of course you get pleasure out of it. So when you meet a person, when you meet another human being, you get pleasure out of that person. Temporary pleasure. But if I push that thing right inside my ear, kalas, finished. Huh? Have you seen people putting something tick, tick, tick like that in their teeth also? You see, no? They'll put anything in their teeth. Like me. I refuse to go to the dentist because I don't like dentists. So I removed my own teeth. See? So it is like that. So the example I am using so that you understand this whole point. In this material world, everything else is pure material thing, which is not so great. On this side, there is only God. So the word discrimination you should always remember throughout. This is the third D. The first word D is called dispassion. Second one is called detachment. Third one is called discrimination. I hope you get it clear. So you discriminate. So in your mind, you should be able to discriminate clearly what is good and what is bad. Stay away from bad. Be always with the good. So good, godliness, God. Bad, human beings and this whole world. So stay far away from this. So I hope you understood. Our mind gets carried away like this. When we see certain things, when we hear certain things, when somebody says something bad to us, somebody is praising us also, we get carried away, isn't it or no? Somebody says something, you are a stupid person, you are a foolish person. It comes to you in your ear, correct? In your ear, you are hearing it. Then it goes to the mind. The mind goes to the intellect and identifies, oh, I am always called stupid. Everybody calls me stupid. And it comes back to you, yes, I am stupid. Did you get the point? Human beings accept this kind of a nonsense. But who has told you that? A material worldly person. Discriminate now. A material worldly person is telling you you are bad. Why are you listening to that untruth? Did you get the point? You are not bad. You are good. But because hundreds and thousands of times you have been told you are stupid, you are bad, you are not good, you are a worst person on earth, you cannot do this, you have never learned this, other people are so good, the comparison happen and all that. So now you have accepted it that you are the worst person on earth. And because you have accepted in your intellect, it is already saying you are stupid. So when you hear the words again, it goes to your intellect and says, oh, anyway, I am stupid only. And then you accept it, but you are in the wrong because you do not understand what is good for you. So discriminate. What is good for you? What is God in all this? Be on the side of God. Don't be on the side of these average people. Okay. There was a king of Rome. You have heard of Caesar, isn't it? Now Caesar, he used to fight very big enemies. Every time when the enemies were to be fought, he would stand in front of the mirror and say the words, I can, I will, I conquer. I can, I will, I conquer. I can, I will, I conquer. What does that tell you? Even a great king like him had to prep himself up and say, I am the best, I am the best, I am the best, I am the best. Got it or no? Many great leaders, many great leaders, they might have given hundreds of speeches, but when they have to give a good speech, they stand in front of the mirror and prep themselves up. And they say, I am very good. I can give a very good speech. I will give a good speech. And they will give. See, if you say, I am the worst, I can't do this, this is not possible. And let us say, even a stupid thing like making a cup of tea or coffee, you will fail in that. Why? Because you already started with a negative. Got it or no? So start with a positive with your own self. I am good. I make good coffee. I will make good coffee. Simple as that. Alright? Therefore, Arjuna, next verse. He whose senses are completely restrained from their objects is said to have a stable mind. Can you restrain your senses? The answer is no. Can you say to your eyes, don't see? If there is something in front of you, can you say to your eyes, don't see? When you are hearing something, somebody saying some bad words or something like that, can you stop your ears from saying, don't listen to that? Can you say that? You are anyway going to hear, na? Because the words are anyway entering your ears, correct? Now, suddenly there is a dirty smell coming, a kachara dabba, when dump truck is going from there and the smell is coming. Can you say to your nose, don't smell it? Can you do that? No. Similarly, when you are eating something, many a times, sometimes the water goes in our mouth, okay? And swimming pool and all these places, Do you know you can actually get the flavor of chlorine and stuff like that in it? Many a times you get it, isn't it? Your taste buds are acting on it. It tells you immediately. Even if you eat some fruit or something like that, aren't your taste buds going to react to it or no? So they are going to. So when he says, therefore Arjun, he whose senses are completely restrained from their objects is said to have a stable mind. So what is he trying to say? Have you ever thought like this? I am driving on the highway. How many things are there passing me by? Lots of things. Cars are coming, cars are going. Two-wheelers are coming, two-wheelers are going. Can you see them? You can see them. But does it register in your brain? No. Nothing registers in your brain. Unless and until the car in front is not driving properly. It's going like this, like this, like this, like this. That fellow is going ada teda like this. And you are going to get very upset because, hey, who has given him the license? Who is this stupid person? Like you will say these words. Correct? But is your mind and your senses trained not to see also? Of course. Of course. Similarly, in a crowded room, you are gone for a party. Okay. In a crowded room, there are lots of people, 10, 20 people are there. These 10, 20 people that are there, they are talking amongst each other. Blah, 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 blah. But suddenly you hear somebody saying your name. Are your ears perked up like this? Somebody is talking about me. I want to hear. So among all the noise over there, you will only hear that one thing, isn't it? Selective hearing, we call it. Have you heard of selective hearing? So every person has selective hearing also. We can actually direct our ears to that one person who is talking. So how much of selective hearing we hear? Quite a lot. Now suppose somebody in your own family or wherever is used to doing all the constant nagging or saying something bad or are you even listening? You are not even listening to that person because you know what you have already told your mind? This person is like that only. I don't want to listen. And whenever he talks, he's only going to say something bad. So do you ever listen to that person? No. So now do you understand that you have the ability to blank out also? So you can stop your seeing also by seeing and yet not seeing, hearing and yet not listening. You see the whole point of it? And sometimes when you have to eat, medicine, you don't like it. It's kadwa. Bitter medicine. Have you seen how the children, they will pop it in the mouth like that immediately we do? It's a very, very funny thing. Okay. You are already prepping up for it that yes, I know I have to drink this kadwa, I have to drink this bitter thing, and you will suddenly drink it. Did you taste it? No. Especially all these Karela juices and all, bitter gourd juices. Some doctor, some person will say, you should take one bitter gourd juice, you should take this cucumber juice, bitter gourd juice, and God knows all those things that people take for the purpose of reducing weight and all that. It has no taste only. Have you seen? It's a tasteless thing. I make protein laddus, Rajma tells me one day. What? I told her, okay, I will have to close my nose and everything and then eat it. Now I have put one this thing in it, something in it which is going to taste. I said, no, it is not going to taste. I tried it 2-3 times. I tried. After that, I gave up because there is no sugar in it. I am used to eating a lot of sugar. If you give me bland tea, without sugar in it, I will not be able to drink it. Why? Because sugar is required. So, sometimes you have to eat something and you don't even care whether you have eaten or not. It just goes inside, tongue like that, right? The funny part about life is we do a lot of things where we actually blank ourselves out in the mind. You work in the kitchen also, right? Many a times you pick up a hot vessel without even thinking about it. You see, if you think about it, it's going to burn your fingers. Right? But if you don't think about it, you pick it up and put it at the side. It has never occurred to you that you were able to control your mind. Did you understand this or no? You don't even know you have controlled your mind. Okay? The whole point of all this is Sri Krishna saying, can you restrain? Can you do this restraint with all the things that are happening in this world? Why do you want to hear other people's abuses? You know how children are, no? The moment you start telling them something, they'll do something like this and they'll blank you out. And if you have a grown-up daughter or a son, try going and talking to them. They will be sitting with their headphones and you have to catch their attention. They're doing like this in front of the, computer screen. I'm talking to you. Yes, mom, what is it? What are you saying? He doesn't want to hear anything. He'll put his earphone back and he's already blocked you out of this world. So, we are used to this blocking also. Why do you want to hear all the nonsense in this world? You don't need to. Why do you want to see the worst thing on earth? You know what is the worst thing on earth today's day and age? Instagram, TikTok, and the social media. Scroll. What is that? Is anything entering your brain in that? For that moment, next, okay, like this. You will see something and you will make that face and then you have forgotten about it. Do you see what you are doing to yourself? You are becoming a zombie. So in such cases, you know how to control your mind now. What is the control of the mind? You don't have to get involved in that process itself. Cut off the thing which is connecting the two. What is it? Seeing with your eye, but not using your vision. Vision means visualizing also, no? You can see with your eye. While driving, you are seeing with your eye. But are you registering it in the brain? No. Same thing you have to do. When there is so much of noise going on, you can be blanking out everything. So you cut off your hearing. The aspect is called listening. Your ears will hear, but you don't have to listen. Got it or no? So these are the ways in which you can blank out your senses. So he says, when the senses are completely restrained from the objects, then you will have a stable mind. Since nothing is, what is happening continuously? When your mind is not connected like this to all the things that are happening, you are just seeing for seeing sake. But nothing is registering. You are hearing, but you are not listening. You know, when there is a loud noise, songs and all going on, many a times you just let it be, no? In your neighborhood, some loud music is going on, you always blank it out, isn't it? So he says these words. Alright? So when you do this, you will have a stable mind. That which is night to all beings is the state of divine knowledge and supreme bliss. The God-realized yogi keeps awake, and that the ever-changing transient worldly happiness is which all beings keep away is night for the seer. A difficult verse, but let me explain slowly. Sri Krishna is saying, what is day for you is night for the yogi. Is night for the yogi. In daytime, can you see the whole world around you? Correct? But in your night time, do you see the world? So when it is your daytime, the real yogi is having a night time. He actually can't see this world at all. That means whatever is happening in the world, his eyes will only see, but he will not visualize anything in his life. People are eating, drinking, somebody is talking, somebody is walking, somebody is driving around. The whole world is going about doing its job. For you, you can see and experience everything. But a yogi will be sitting in the middle of, say, Times Square, and nothing is happening to him. Why? Because he may be seeing a person walking, but it doesn't trigger anything in his mind or his brain or wherever. Got it or no? It doesn't work for this person. Alright? I will tell you, in your life also you have done this. Okay? Many a times you meet somebody, now you are walking down the street, and this person and comes say, hi, hello, how are you? You are looking blankly at that person. You know why? It is not registering who this person is. Then your mind says, I have seen this person somewhere. Where? I have to think. Ah, that PTA meeting, that lady who was just chattering behind me. Oh, she's the one. See, it connects. Slowly it connects. But for you, when she just said hello to you, was it not blank for you? Why? You are seeing her, but it did not register. So I will tell you where the connections are. See the connections, how they are. One, there is something outside of you. An object is outside of you. Number one, object. Okay. Number two, you are seeing it with your eye. Second step. Third step, there is a vision inside. Vision inside means something inside is actually assessing the object. It's a pen. This thing which is there is now sending an impulse, a small record saying to the brain, saying, what is it? So it searches in the database. So the intellect is actually searching the database. What is this? What is this? What is this? So immediately it finds, in billionth of a second it will find, oh, it's a pen. Got it? Then it sends a signal to the mind. Mind is an invisible object in between, okay? Huh? The mind will then tell you a judgment on this. You know what is the judgment the mind will tell you? I wanted a blue pen, why am I using a black pen? I don't want this. It is already made judgment. Got the point? Why do you allow this judgment to happen? Is because you think you have the ability to, decipher everything and to make use it or misuse it. This is the kind of thing. It is did I not tell you last time that your mind is like a wok? Wok, a Chinese wok is there. It has to put all ingredients inside. What do? You put some oil in it, right? Then you fry some vegetables in it. You put that monosodium glutamate. If you have some countries they don't allow, okay. And then what do? You put some soya sauce and you put some chili sauce and you put something else in it. And maybe then you put the rice in it and then you make something out of it. Now it tastes better or no? Of course. So the mind is like this wok which is collecting everything together and creating an object inside for you. Chinese fried rice. That is the object it created for you. Got the answer or no? So you as a human being are identifying it as Chinese fried rice, correct? Now think about the person, a yogi. Yogi is not even bothered about it. He knows it is something to eat. Bas. He is not bothered whether it is a fried rice, not fried rice, it is white rice, it has got vegetables in it. He is not even concerned with it because in his world it is all darkness. He's got hunger, so he'll just put it in his mouth. He's not concerned. Oh, there is less salt in it, or there is more soya in it, it's more tikha. The normal people talk like this. They listen to their mind. In their mind, they are already deciphering what it is. It is hot, it is cold, it is this, it is that. We make all these classifications in our mind, isn't it? When we meet human beings, are you not classifying those human beings also? This person is good, this person is bad, this person is very mean, this person is very sarcastic. We make these things in our life. We have already made judgments on hundreds of things. But a yogi doesn't make judgment on anything. He thinks everything is bland only. Got the point or no? He doesn't say good or bad. He's not even concerned. So that is why for him, his mind doesn't react to anything. Remember, he's already stopped it over here. Okay? All that object is already stopped over here. Finished. Got the answer or no? So the yogi doesn't make his mind react to anything because the idea has not even reached his mind. The mind only is not existing over there. So why does he need the intellect also? The only thing he knows that it is an edible item, khane ka hai. I am hungry, I will eat. So he will eat anything. Got the point? So this is what the yogi is. That is why he says that which is night to all beings, in that state of divine knowledge and supreme bliss, the God realized yogi keeps awake. So when it is night time for you, that means what? When you are oblivious to anything, you don't even know what is happening. In night time, what is happening? You are fast asleep, no? Got it or no? You are fast asleep. But the yogi, he is not sleeping at all. He is actually awake. His mind, his body is actually lying on the bed. But he is doing all that, Brahman. He is on his world tour. You are also on your world tour, isn't it? In your waking state, your mind is going on world tour or no? Gar 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 gar. One little thing you observe, what happens? Suppose you go to somebody's house, okay? You go to somebody's house. And that lady, you see, normally our Indian tradition is what we do, the haldi kumkum and all that, ding ding ding, we do all that, right? And then she gives you a gift. What is the gift? One blouse piece or one sari. Something like that she will give. And you know that sari is packed in one bag, you know. One bag, nice bag. The bag is looking very nice. Nalli or one of those, you know, Babusha. Babusha from Kanjivaram. So you are like Babusha from Kanjivaram means you are thinking, oh my God, this person has given me a silk sari. So you take a peek inside. Oh, this is the sari which her sister-in-law gave to her. Last time I remember seeing it. Do you see how this whole your mind works? This sari her sister-in-law gave her. She hates her sister-in-law. That's why she's palming it off to me. She must have given all cheap sari. Only thing is, just to make me fool, she's putting it in Babusha bag and giving me. Nalli bag, okay? I know. And immediately, how does your mind think? Oh, good thing. I got this sari. My sister-in-law's birthday is coming up. My sister-in-law's birthday is coming up. I'll give her this. See, it's like a merry-go-round. It's going from one place to the other to the other. How does the mind work? Like this only. We are so used to it. I mean, you can see it actually happening in front of your own eyes. Because this is how human beings are. Their mind goes gar 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 all over the place. Got it or no? This is the way in which a person's mind goes on tour. A yogi who is sleeping, his mind is on tour. What is he doing in his tour? He is correcting the problems everywhere. He is not in that body only. One very strange example I will tell you. Sai Baba, you know, Sai Baba or Shirdi. So what he would do, no? He would be talking for quite some time. Okay. Now, have you seen how the clock is clock? One is the hour hand, one is the minutes hand, and one is the seconds hand. You have seen that? Right? Where are the hands meeting? In the center, no? Huh? So he would sleep with two other people, not sleep actually, with two other people, that legs were touching each other. And the moment he heard Abdul Mia or somebody over there snoring, he'll give one kick, tap, like that with his leg. And wake him up, hey, get up. I was talking to you. Okay. All right. And they would talk like that, you know, some esoteric subject. When they went to sleep, nobody knows. At 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning, when these people would open their eyes to see, because naturally, you know, Baba will kick us again, what to do? So they will just open their eyes and they will see up there. You know what he had done? You know chindi. Chindi means what? Chindi. You know what chindi means? All torn clothes, no? We draw strips out of it or no? For cleaning and something like that. We make ropes or something like that. Old clothes. Old t-shirt. What you will do? You will tear it and make it into one chindi, we call it. So all the chindis are tied and they are made into one rope. And two ropes like this. Okay, like this. Okay. Right? And in between that is a plank. You know, plank of wood. Okay? Right? Behind Kritika, you can see the bridge, no? Huh? Like that. Okay? It is hanging upstairs, and below that there is one plank like this. You know how big the plank was? 6 inches. This much only. 6 inches, and it was high up above the ground. Where? It is tied on the top and high up above the ground. And Sai Baba is sleeping on that. Sai Baba used to sleep on that. The biggest question to everybody was, first and foremost, how did he climb up over there? It's hanging in the air. How does a person climb up? And secondly, on a 6 inch, this much only, how can a person fit into that? So it used to be like, oh my God. Okay, that was the thing. And people who would, like those who would sleep over there, would get a shock of their life. And they don't know what happened. Next morning, Sai Baba is down. Okay. So how did he get up and how did he come down? Nobody knew. One day, one person thought he will stay awake and he will see Sai Baba in the morning what he does. Okay. So he stayed awake. And then early morning, Sai Baba will get out of my Masjid Mai over there, and he will go near there was one well there, so he will go near the well. Okay. This fellow is watching Sai Baba, okay, from behind. This is early in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. Sai Baba will put his hand inside and remove all his intestines. Okay? And then he will hold it on the stone and he will wash them. Okay? And after some time he will put them back. This fellow got real confused. He said, what is happening? I don't know what is happening. It's a very ancient technique of yoga which is called dhoti poti. Okay, you don't have to bother your head about it. So Baba used to do all these kind of things in the middle of the night. So now do you understand, these yogis and saints, they are very peculiar fellows. They are doing something completely different only. And you will wonder, what are they up to? I don't even know. Got it or no? So when you are asleep, they are awake. And when you are awake, they are asleep because nothing is registering in them. So even if you have this person sitting in front of you and you are telling them one very big story, oh, this happened and that happened. Like, oh, really? Oh. And the yogi is listening to you like this. Okay. Okay. And you really think he is listening to you? Nothing is actually going. So this is a very peculiar way of them staying awake in the night and you are dead asleep in the night. For them, their waking state, okay, is different. And your waking state is different. So don't go by when they are looking at you or they are saying something to you, because they are lost in their self. We call it the self. Okay? So they are completely lost in their self. And this is the peculiarity of their working. So we have come to the end of verse 69. So we will stop over here for today.
Recording stopped.